When searching for a good bank, you have to be very discerning, so you don't get one thing and miss out on others. Well, your search is over at First Bank. We offer a variety of products and services made with you in mind. From flexible loans, easy access to cash, bill payments from anywhere in the world, to savings for the little ones. Make that switch today. Contact us to learn more about the many products and services we have designed for your convenience. First Bank, truly the first.
Exclusive interview.
Hello, welcome to Crime Fighters, the police and you. I am Olamide Benson. The youth health is here again, and different social activities would expectedly be on the upscale. The season comes with high indices of crime and criminality as individuals and organizations brace up for holidays and end-of-year activities. Just as there is excitement in the air, there is also apprehension in many quarters over the expected increase in kidnapping, armed robbery, and allied criminal activities of men of the underworld. Today on Crime Fighters, we will be taking a look on how to check the excesses of criminals at festive season. Joining me on this discussion are distinguished personalities. I have with me the Lagos State Police Public Relations Officer, DSP Ngozi Braid. Thank you, ma'am, for joining us.
Thank you.
Also, Chairman, Nigeria Bar Association Ikeja Branch, Barrister Monday Onyekachi Ubani. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
And a distinguished lecturer at the Departments of Social Sciences, Yaba College of Technology, Mr. Remy Ajiboye. It's a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
I'd like to start with you, ma.
Everybody knows when it's the festive period, there's excitement in the air. We're all excited.
Criminals tend to take advantage of the season to unleash terror on people. What is the police doing to clear this apprehension?
We have put enough security strategies on ground. This period, our helicopters will also be working. Our waterways, we have our marine police that are in charge of the creeks and all the waterways in Lagos. They will be patrolling these places, the financial houses, banks, markets, places, churches, mosques, and everywhere we feel that people gather going to be adequately covered. We have equally deployed enough undercover operatives, especially around the bridges, both the vehicular and pedestrian bridges in Lagos. We're also working on all the uncompleted buildings in Lagos are adequately manned at this period. And then we're also identifying some criminal hideouts with the help of the public. Then when we identify them, we try to send in officers to carry out, routine raids on some of these uncompleted buildings and criminal hideouts. So far so good. We don't envisage any problem. And just like that we have removed the roadblocks on the road and replaced with motorized patrols. So there's going to be very intensive motorized patrol. And there will also be high visibility policing this period. You won't move far from your house before you see, a policeman on the street, both the ones on covert and overt duty.
I will ask you as a psychologist, what do you think is responsible for this mad rush in terms of people trying to make money at the last minute?
There are several reasons for this situation. From psychological point of view, you discover that in Nigeria per se, it's like every Nigeria is anxiety loaded. Towards the end of the year, when particularly festive period, you discover that everything is on the high speed, meaning that people will be rushing for so many things at the same time. It shows that activities will be increased. The tendency is always there that we have more criminal acts during this period, because every person will want to enjoy himself or herself. Aside that, if you look at it purely from a particular area of psychology, it's a new area that we call festive psychology. It deals with human behavior elicited particularly during the festive period. And these behavior are elicited mainly to satisfy festive stimuli. And what are these stimuli? The market, the individual, security items, everything that has monetary value is a festive stimulus. And every individual will want to go for one or two of these things at different places. So those people that have a criminal tendency to will be involved in these activities, and there's no way the crime will not be on the increase. So we have a lot of things to put in place at this period. It's unlike every other period. It's a different period when people begin to elicit different behavior that are uncommon, particularly those that have criminal tendency. Definitely, there will be a lot of differences. Aside what I've said, it is absolutely difficult. And how do I mean? In the sense that these things are not new, they are not fresh. They are things we have been passing through. These are things we are supposed to have been preparing ahead for. But we discover that the reverse is always the case. We don't get prepared until the thing comes, then we start arresting things in an accidental manner. This period now, let's look at it. 1, there will be increase in financial gifts. 2, there will be more supply of items. New markets, emergency market will be created. Movement will be on the increase. Moral instruction is almost gone. So all these things will give credence to the possibility of having crime on the increase during festive period.
Barrister, you've heard him speak. Do you agree?
We live in a country where you virtually provide everything for yourself. You are the one that provides security for yourself. You are the one that have to provide energy. You are the one that have to, pay, from your pocket a high amount of money for school fees. Almost everything is being done by you. Little assistance from the government. So the issue of anxiety will certainly be there. And then with the extended family and immediate family making monetary demands, and especially when it is a festive period like the youth season we're all entering into, the anxiety will be there because you have to provide for them. And then this issue of lack of planning also, we do this last minute rush virtually for everything in this part of the world. There is no proper planning. People do not see them as okay. In 12 months' time, December will be there, and then the issue of Christmas will be there. Then there are things we need to buy, there are things we need to do, and begin to do them on time. They wait for the last minute. And so with that anxiety, with the festive period, approaching in a very rapid manner, people don't, who say it's already Christmas, it's already December, and then you look at your income, and they look at things you need to acquire or get, you have not gotten them. So the anxiety, props up because it's natural that you have not done things you're supposed to do all this while, and then the time is here, and you have nothing you have achieved. So the anxiety is natural with us in this part of the world. In developed economies, during Christmas period or this festive period, prices of things supposed to crash, but in this part of the world it now doubles, or sometimes even triple. Instead of coming down, the transportation we saw. Cost of things, we go up, buying clothing, we go up. Whereas in developed economy, this is time you do what you call clearance sales, and the prices will crash. I see it. If you travel now, you see people will be, selling almost their old wares in order to get in new items and all that. But here, everything will double in price. The food items will go up, the transportation will go up, virtually everything will go up. So that anxiety is natural now in order for you to meet all these obligations and challenges. So some people who have low moral value, will now enter into crime in order to satisfy these unbearable demands upon them. And that is where, issue of trying to look at it from every angle in order to curtail the excesses of the criminals comes in. But I think issue of anxiety is part of us in this part of the world because of the fact that, as I said earlier, we don't plan ahead, and secondly, we provide virtually everything by ourselves.
In the course of the celebration and excitement that comes with the season, there is always high use of fireworks. Ma, is there any restriction?
We have this misconception. People always come up to say that it's banned. It is not banned. But we have restrictions on it. There are ones we call pyrotechnics. Those ones are the ones we see. The small ones that you see kids using when they want to do functions. You see people using them. And they are very strong explosives, like the dynamites. Those ones, they are prohibited. They are not banned. You can import them, but under certain conditions. You have to meet certain conditions. If you are looking at these explosives, these heavy explosives, like the dynamites they use in blasting rocks, like all these, if you go to Abuja right now, you find out that a lot of constructions are going on and they make use of dynamites. You have to get the approval from the presidency. You apply for the license to import, then it will be granted. Then these pyrotechnics, these small ones, these fireworks that always come up during Christmas, the small ones, those ones you can get the approval from the Inspector General of Police through the Commissioner of Police anti-bomb. You make you route your application through him to the Inspector General of Police, and it will be approved for you to purchase. And it's not supposed to be abused. But we find out that at times, while we kick against it as law enforcement agents, criminals also make use of it. They want to commit crime. You see them using fireworks. At times, people don't really differentiate the sound of the normal pistol and the sound of the fireworks. So that's why we try to check. Even when they have the license to import and to sell, we also try to check the excesses of the people importing and selling, and the people using as well. So it's not a contraband. It's not banned in this country.
Barrister, as a legal practitioner, what does the law say on this?
I'm saying I'm not aware of any substantive law, that makes it, that criminalizes it. But I'm sure that every year the IG, GP always issue this directive that people should not use fireworks in the Utah, for the sake of security, because sometimes most of these fireworks sounds like a gun, and the armed robbery maybe going on, and then they use these fireworks to confuse. It's a directive. But as I'm speaking to you today, I know many importers must have placed their orders with the various banks, buying them from China, buying them from America, and they come in. I don't know whether they're being smuggled in or whether they come in formally, through our borders and through our seaports, But I know that these things will be sold, and the youth we play back. That is the fun. That is the fun of December. December during the Christmas season, you play that, this and another. But you must make sure that the ones you use are not really very harmful. I think people should be properly educated on the usage of fireworks. That is what I think, because we're in a Harmattan period, so it is easy for fire to spread and all that. So people should be careful where they use them. Use them in an open place where there are no cluster of houses, and then use them in a manner that is responsible. That is what I think the police and other agencies should rather do, by educating people how to use fireworks. But stopping fireworks, I go to America, I see how fireworks are being, even on ordinary days. I live in a place where there is a particular playground. In the evenings, come and see how these people blow fireworks in the air, this, and it's so it's fun. So for you to tell people not to play fireworks and all that, I don't know whether it is something that will be obeyed in this country. It's only observing breach, because importers are importing. They must make money, and the people must use it. It's a December period. It's a festive period. People want to be happy and rejoice and blow the banger. So I don't think it can be stopped.
Barrister, most of the criminals arrested, are sometimes left off the book, and then they come back to unleash terror. What do you think the justice system should do to have a strong grip?
That is a very intelligent question. I'm a lawyer, and we have a little bit of problem in our judicial sector. And the issue of prosecution of criminals and making sure that people are punished has been a bit weak. A lot of cases are struck out for want of diligent prosecution in our courts. As a practitioner, I go to court every day, especially at the magistracy. You see a lot of people have been arrested for one crime or the other. But when those cases have been called up, it's either the IPO, that's the investigating police officer that investigated the matter, is not there to further give evidence of what his investigation has revealed, or the complainant will not be in court. And after 2 or 3 adjournments and none of the witnesses are in court, the matter will be struck. The lawyer for the defense will just apply for the matter to be struck out, and the matter will be struck out. And the man who has committed the crime comes back to the society. There are also other situations where people have committed, heinous crimes are being even granted, but sometimes even on the issue of robbery cases, under exceptional circumstances they can be granted, and when they come in, they become more, they become a terror to the society. So we need to really focus on our judicial system. One, deal with the issue of investigation of crime, prosecution of crime, and making sure that we conclude our criminal trials, and then there will be a conviction. And of course, the reason for people going to prison is for them to get reformed and get back into the society in order to become better citizens. And we're not doing that because our prison system does not even reform. Rather, if you enter into the prison, as I speak to you today, you get more hardened, and then God come in and unleash more terror. The issue of reformation that's supposed to be the reason for you to go to prison is not being applied. So there are problems, there are issues. So we must really focus on our justice sector, reform, and ensure that people who are criminals are put away for purposes of correction before they come back to the society. It's very, very key. A situation where you have many of them not being prosecuted successfully and they come back to the society and become more terror and then more heinous in committing crime is not too healthy for us as a country. So issue of institution that is very strong, judicial system must be built in such a way to make sure that we punish crime and punish criminals, and then make sure that we get them properly reformed before they come back into the society.
You seem to agree with him, sir, because I actually saw you noted. What do you have to say?
The way I see it, those that are coming back, returning to the society, in terms of statistics, they are not significant at all. Those that are not caught are the problem. Those are the ones we should be focusing on, looking for ways of dealing with. But they are with us, they live with us, they move with us, they eat with us, they drink with us, they go everywhere we go with us. And some of us, we know them, we're not complaining, we are not talking about anything. So if they decide tomorrow to start dealing with us, to start taking from us and to start killing, then we should blame ourselves for that. So I'm looking at the statistic of those that are not arrested. That is the problem. Not those that have come for trial, that there are few numbers. And we have many, a lot of them are there. And we are seeing them on daily basis.
Now, how can you educate the public? How can they be involved, in terms of being security conscious?
I want to advise parents to, teach their kids the APC of security. You have to let your child know that in the night, before you sleep, you don't go turning off all the lights. Before you sleep, you need to leave, like the television, you leave it on, so that people will feel that you are awake. And also teach your kids, when they suspect any movement around, they should tell you, or if they can equally report to the police, they should report to the police. And the criminals, all these criminals we talk about are not aliens. Most of them are related to us. They are our friends, our neighbors, our brothers and sisters, our kids. So being able to expose them will also help to, make this society a peaceful one.
Last word, sir.
I think people should actually turn to a new leaf, be a good citizen. If you are stealing, stop stealing, and try to find something that is worthwhile to do. It is very, very key.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Chiboye.
Well, my words, it is unfortunate that some of us that we are even born in the month of December, that's the month for the criminal. Anyway, my advice, or so to say, is that particularly my people from the eastern part of the country, when you go to that side and you see the way people build houses in their villages, you have to check some meters before you get into another man's building. Again, particularly in the night hour, people should not go on an individual basis. They should form team of moving around the town in the night. Don't move around the town as an individual. It's too dangerous. You work as a group. Again, this is the period people will be going to party to spray money. It is too dangerous. You are attending a party and you are spending upward of 5,000-10,000 and you don't have any security around you. It's too dangerous.
I'd like to appreciate the Lagos State Police Public Relations Officer, DSP Ngozi Braid. Thank you, ma'am, for having us.
You're welcome.
I'd also like to appreciate the Chairman, Nigeria Bar Association Ikeja Branch, Barrister Monday Onyeka Chibubani.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you so very much, ma'am. And also Mr. Remy Ajiboye, who is a lecturer at the Department of Social Sciences, Yaba College of Technology. Thank you so much, sir, for obliging us. All right, we want to say a big thank you for tuning in to Crime Fighters, the Police and You. Enjoy the Yuletide season and remember, stay out of crime.
Police brief.
Hello, welcome to Crime Fighters Police Brief. And these are the headlines. Inspector General of Police inaugurates Police Action Committee on AIDS, PACA. Police rescue kidnapped woman in Enugu. Details in a moment.
Police brief.
The Inspector General of Police, MD Abubakar, on Monday inaugurated the Police Action Committee on AIDS, PACA, at the Force Headquarters. The IG, represented by Deputy Inspector General of Police Administration, Suleiman Fakai, stated that the police strategy plan was necessary in the fight against the dreaded disease in the country, as officers of the force constitute a significant percentage of the nation's population, adding that more than half of this population are young and sexually active.
It is indeed worrisome to note that over 3 million Nigerians are living with HIV, and more than 30% of babies infected with HIV are in Nigeria. As I commend the great stride achieved by NACA in coordinating the AIDS response and the Millennium Development Goals Office in their resolve to ensure that MDG 6 is on the right course, I must stress the need for more commitment from the government and other stakeholders. Today, we are all here to raise the launch of the strategic plan for 2014 to 2016. This plan is a guide to the police response to HIV pandemic in line with the national strategic plan. This approach is still built on the foundation of relationship and partnership of Nigerian Police Medical Service and the stakeholders who have collaborated with the committee for several years. I congratulate the Nigerian Police Medical Service and the leadership of Police Action Committee on AIDS for the continuity in maintaining the tempo in the development of these plans.
Also speaking, the Chairman Committee on Health, Honorable Undudi Elumelu, lauded the police for promoting good health of Nigerians. He encouraged the sensitization of police officers on the scourge of HIV/AIDS, saying officers should imbibe the culture of abstinence.
I am highly delighted to be part of today's event, considering its significance in our collective effort to curtail the scourge of HIV/AIDS and thereby promoting the good health of Nigerians. It is therefore important for police officers to be conscious of the scourge of HIV/AIDS and also bear it in mind that there is no cure for HIV/AIDS at the moment. Therefore, officers should imbibe the culture of abstinence. Officers should be ready to keep to a single partner where it is extremely impossible to comply. Officers must be ready to practice safe sex by using condoms.
The program is part of activities marking this year's World AIDS Day. The Ogun State Police Commissioner, Mr. Ikemefuna Okoye, has called on officers and men in the command to shun corruption and other unethical behavior. Addressing police personnel during the monthly officers' mess gathering on Thursday in Abeokuta, CP Okoye charged the officers to shun incivility to members of the public and display their telephone and distress call numbers at all police formations. He urged them to work hard to enhance security of life and property in the state, noting that the command will not condone any breach of security in the state during the Yuletide period. Also present at the monthly briefing, the Director, Code of Conduct Bureau, Ogun State, Mr. Oluwasegun Rabiu, called on police personnel to be patriotic. And on the global updates, A 15-year-old girl has been arrested by the police in connection with the murder of a teenage boy in Palmer's Green, North London. The victim, 17-year-old Joshua Fawkes, was stabbed to death outside his friend's home on Tuesday morning. Addressing the local community on the incident, Detective Chief Inspector Nicola Wall said the boy's mother had left his family devastated and appealed for information that will assist the police in apprehending the killer or killers of Joshua Fawkes. The 15-year-old girl was arrested on Wednesday morning in the Enfield area and in custody in a London police station. And that is all on Crime Fighters Police Brief. Please stay tuned.
Crime Fighters.
When searching for a good bank, you have to be very discerning, so you don't get one thing and miss out on others. Well, your search is over at First Bank. We offer a variety of products and services made with you in mind. From flexible loans, easy access to cash, bill payments from anywhere in the world, to savings for the little ones. Make that switch today. Contact us to learn more about the many products and services we have designed for your convenience. First Bank, truly the first.